So today we're going to do partitive division. So partitive division is when you start with some things, give an equal amount of things to a fixed number of groups, and count how many things end up in one or each group. So for the word problem, we have a school has 2,890 cookies. If there are 34 classrooms, how many does each classroom get? So if we go back to the definition, we're starting with some things and give an equal amount of things to a fixed number of groups. So we start with the 2,890 cookies. Then we give an equal amount of those things, so the cookies, to a fixed number of groups, and that will be the 34 classrooms. And then count how many things end up in one or each group. So partitive division is basically when you wanted to distribute an equal amount of some things, the cookies, to each group evenly. And the group would be the classroom. And you want to use up all the cookies in all the classrooms evenly, because that's what partitive division is. You have a fixed number of groups, and you give an equal amount to each group, and then you count how many things are in each group. Alright, so let's start. So this is how you set up the problem. So we have the 2,890 cookies right here, and then the 34 groups right here. So, partitive division, so we're starting with the 2,890 cookies, and we want to give an equal amount. So we have 34 groups. Now, since we're going to start in the, so this is the singles, the rods, the flats. Now we're in the super cubes. Alright, so first we're going to start with the 34 groups. So can we give out, this is basically like saying 2,000. So can we give 2,000 to 34 groups? And no, we cannot do that because we do not have, that's too many. So now, since we can't do that, we put the 0 right here, and you don't have to put the 0 here. I'm just showing you how. And so, again, if we go back to the definition, you start with some things, the 2,890 cookies, and give an equal amount of things to a fixed number of groups, the 34 groups. And then we want to count how many are in each group. So, we can't give out 2,000 to each group, because that's way too many. So now let's see if we can give out 2,000, see if we can give out 800. So this is like basically saying 800. So also we can't do that because that is too many cookies. And that's also like saying, does 34 go into 28? No, it does not, because 34 is too big. So we can also, 0 is kind of big. We can put another 0 above the 8 to show that that does not fit into the number of groups. So we're starting with 2,890. So we first tried the 2,000, then we did 800. Now we're going to see if 90 can fit into the 34 groups. And yes, it can. So we write that as 2,890. So we're going to start with the 289. See if that goes. How many times does 34 go into 2008 or 289? So off to the side, we do 34 times, let's say, 8. So 34 times 8 is 272, and that's the closest we can get to 289. Or that would be saying how many cookies we can give to each group, because we don't want to pass out one to each classroom one at a time. This is a better way to evenly distribute, because that's what we're doing in partitive division. So what we do is we put the 8 above here, and that is saying 8 times 34 is 272. Alright, so now we have subtraction, because we're trying to count how many things end up in one group. So 9 minus 2 is 7, 1, and 0. So now, can we hand out 17 cookies to 34 groups? It would be better to bring down the 0, so then you have 170 cookies. And how many times can we distribute 170 cookies to those 34 groups? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we're not going to distribute one at a time. We're going to do more than once to each classroom. So then we, off to the side, we do another multiplication. 34 times 5. And that fits perfectly. We have 170 cookies. So that evenly distributes perfectly. So we put the 5 right here, so that's like saying 5 times 34 is 170. Subtract and get 0. So going back to the definition for the 1,000th time, so we start with some things. So we started with the 2,890 cookies. And we give an equal amount of things to a fixed number of groups, which is the 34 classrooms. And then we counted how many things end up in one or each group. So first we did, can we fit 2,000 cookies? Can we do 800? Can we do 90? And then we found out that we can fit 85 into the 2,890 cookies in 34 groups. Thank you.